All right. Well, once again, we back Sunday night, 7:30. Another edition live in the man cave. Appreciate y'all rocking with us this evening. End of a productive Sunday, I guess. I don't know, depending on how you look at it. But we got a lot to get to tonight. Got a full show. So we want to, before we get started, I want to say what's up to the PG, what's up to the All-State coach, what's going on with y'all, fellas?
Everything good, bro. How y'all doing?
Hey, man, we are blessed and highly favored, man. We happy to be in the number one more time. So before we get started, man, I want to say shout out to, he ain't gonna say it, so I'm gonna say shout out to the PG and his young ladies at TBS, JV and Varsity. Clean sweep yesterday in their first show. Clean sweep, grand champions. Orlando went over and took over Orange County. So shout out to the ladies, shout out to the coaches, sponsors, and everybody. Shout out to you, boss. Gotta give them flowers while you can smell them. So you ain't want to make sure you get that to you. So as we transition, I don't know if you got a too much take on that. I know you had a long day yesterday.
I ain't got no too much take.
We ain't got no too much taking. We ain't got no coaches corner. So we just gonna jump right in. I got a topic. They may not. I don't know how folks gonna take it, but we gonna jump in anyway. So we've been following football. We've been following all the Polk County teams in the playoffs. And this past weekend, unfortunately, the last two that we had in the playoffs, lost. Lake Gibson lost and Lakeland Christian lost. So first of all, shout out to Lake Gibson and Lakeland Christian. Great seasons, made it to the Final Four. So much respect to the kids, to the coaches of both those programs and schools. My question, and you all can tell me y'all take on this. When do you just take ownership that you just lost to a better team? Why does it have to be when we lose? And I'm not saying everybody does this, but I've seen it's happened not just in football, it happens in basketball too. Why is it when we lose, it's because we got out coached? Why can't we just say, which in both of those cases, in my opinion, the better team won. Tampa Bay Tech was a better team than Lake Gibson, and there's nothing wrong with that. And Berkeley Prep was a better team than Lakeland. Tampa Bay Tech was a better team than Lake Gibson, and Berkeley Prep was a better team than Lakeland Christian. Why is it so hard? And maybe it's just me. So I'm asking y'all two guys that we can't take ownership, that we just sometimes just line up in a team better than you. And why do we always have to immediately go to the coaching? I might be off on that. And if I am,
I never could understand that. And I guess it comes more from fans who ain't got no reality about the sport. Like, there's nothing like Lake Gibson should hold their head about it all. Tech was a team that last year made it to this same spot, right? From my understanding. Some teams grow. That's like, okay, I'll use Billy D's 2012 Lake Wells team, for example. In 11, they made it to the finals. They come back the next year. They should be a more experienced and better team than the team they played, because they've been in that situation before. So at that moment, how can you blame the coach for going up against Lake Wells in 2012 when they have all their players mostly returning, their core group, and they've been in that situation? At that moment right there, they're just a better team, more experienced, better team who's been down that road. So sometimes you got to just be willing to accept that. I never understood why. And then, mostly come from salty fans. And fans always got to say it's coaching. that goes on. Lake was just a better team than the two teams that were the other three teams that was in the state finals. They ain't just had nothing to do with Billy D with the coaching. His kids had the experience as well.
Yeah, like all of a sudden, Billy D became a great coach from 2011, 2012. It's just crazy to me that you coaching the same way in 2011 that you coached 2012. You brought all your kids back. I'm sure you did some stuff different, but it ain't like you just like went from here to here. I mean, and maybe you did, but from what I saw, I didn't see you much different than what you did from here to here. But
let's think about who I played in 2011. I played against Palm Beach Dwyer, number 9 team in the country, with Jacoby Brissett and all them other kids. Kid went to North Carolina, the other kid went to Penn. No, that was loaded. You know,
that's the perfect example.
They say you got out coached though. I think I heard that you got out coached.
Oh wow!
And what I'm saying is, you just lined up. What I'm saying is, to my point, them people just was better than you in 2011. Not that they out coached you. It ain't like you like the people said Friday, man. We finna go out here and we just finna figure out how we gonna lose this game. Them people was trying to win, bro. It's like they was calling plays, they was trying to adjust the stuff. It just the other team just was better. I don't get it. And like I say, I may be called a hater in the crowd for even bringing it up, and I'll be that. But I just don't think we give.
So Billy D, did you get out coached or did you lose to a better team in 2011?
I lost to a better team. I really lost to a better team. We was confident going into the game because we had actually beat them that summer, but they had added a big piece in between then, and that kid hurt us in the championship game. So yeah, there was definitely a better team. Like I said, there was a number 9 team in the country. They went down to City of Palms. They had beat some nationally ranked teams, and they went to the Dick's National Championship that year.
And to top it off, you look at Tampa Bay Tech. They was only 13-0. They wasn't 5-5 going to the game in Polk State. They are 14-0 going to the finals.
Remember, they was loaded last year. They beat Bartow in the playoffs, but they played Bloomingdale. It was like a 1-possession game against Bloomingdale last year. That was undefeated to go, to the regional semi. So no, to the semi. So
exactly,
it's not like they haven't been there, but they was knocking on the door last year.
That's what we talking about. So like they say, Nate Gibson got out coached. They say this team was good. It was their turn. And you think about most teams that go 2 years in a row knocking at the door, that second year, normally they take advantage of it off experience. And they were home.
And they was home. So I don't know. It's just I hear that, and it's always a thing to me like folks ain't out there. I don't know. I just thought that was a conversation. I
think coaches got better over the season because they came out of the gate struggling. You know what I'm saying? I was a new coach. This is his first year, trying to figure out what kids he have and don't have. I actually think he did a great job because at one point, if they lose one of those games, they're out of the playoffs. And they continued to get better as the season went on. So I don't think you can't take away from what the coach has done.
Who beat Castle 2 times in 1 year?
Nobody.
Who can say that, bro? I mean, who can say they beat the GOAT 2 times in 1 year? Black, clearly, Black, you think that they got out coached, and I don't agree with that. They best receiver. You go look at. I know you might. I don't know if you saw it from them beating the Braves out Bartow last year or not, but I mean, if them people play 10 times, they'll beat Lake Gibson 8 of them 10 times. They just was a better team, and I know that's hard to take. They lost the QB, but if you watch the game, that defense was. I don't know. That defense was. They ain't losing nobody off the defense. You naming all the people they lost on offense. You ain't naming the people they lost off defense. And they lost in the games. The best receivers still returned, and they they play 5 receivers. So losing 2 receivers, you still got 3 good ones that's going D1. So and they spread you out, and they just find the open guy, which is what they did. So, you know. Anyway, like I said, I knew it probably wouldn't be a sex topic. Clearly, it just seems to me like and I may be wrong on this, that the minute that we lose, that we so ready to criticize and maybe not even a county, but maybe just as a city. But we just be so ready to criticize, and I just don't get it. I just don't get it.
That would be my take. I had a question for you because that's an interesting one. And I know me and Billy D kind of, you say, the gift and the curse on this situation. We're blessed to have being a one city high school, but do the kids represent Lakeland? Like I represent Mount Dora. We went to when Mount Dora went to state in '98. They went to state for the city of Mount Dora, not just the high school. Billy D, you was coaching to win a state championship for the city of Lake Wells and the high school. You see what I'm saying? It was both. When it comes to Lakeland, is it you only represent your high school? You're not representing the city at all?
Barnes, you from Lakeland?
No. Does Lakeland represent Lakeland as a city? No, they do not. And it's so sad. It's almost a crab mentality. Back in the day, if Kathleen went in basketball, folks was criticizing Kathleen. Lakeland went in football, folks criticizing Lakeland. And it's not like it's multiple people that's going. Say if I had a child that went to Lakeland Christian, I get them right with Lakeland Christian because my child playing. But if it's one team that's left, you would think it would be, and I'm not just saying it this year that it happened to Lake Gibson. It happens to Lakeland too when Lakeland go. It's not specific to one Lakeland school. It's just, like I said, I don't get it. I don't get it. It should be once your team is gone. I mean, I saw people that was posting the score on Friday that ain't post nothing on Facebook all year long. And I'm like, it's like you couldn't wait to give updates on the score. And you ain't did it all year. And it's not people that's associated with Lake Gibson. It's people that's associated with other schools in Lakeland. What is your point? I mean, what are you? It's like we're in a rush to, like I say, to tear each other down. It's such a crab mentality. It's sad. It's embarrassing. I don't want to say it's embarrassing, but it is embarrassing. But you got, like you say, Mount Dora go, everybody there. Lake West go, everybody there. Bartow go, they shut the whole doggone city down. Winter Haven go, they everybody there. But Lakeland go, and you got 5-6 different daggone pockets of people. And I'm speaking from Lakeland. So I went to Kathleen. I coached at Georgia. I coached at Lakeland. My son played at Lake Gibson. So I'm well versed on speaking on it. And like I said, I know I'll probably catch it, and that's fine. But I just don't get it. At the end of the day, it's like if we have kids, first of all, they kids. They don't work their butts off to get to that point. You ain't got no other team in the thing left. What is it for you to? If you ain't got, your parents told you if you ain't got nothing nice, say just don't say nothing at all. But I guess what I'm saying, it's the people that are posting that ain't posted all year long, and it's got a negative connotation. These people that got these comments after the fact, after the kids done lost. Now you got all it. Now everybody a coach. Now everybody a critic. Now everybody got something to say. Where was all that when it's like you was waiting on the lose? Because, I mean, it's like you woke up to it. Saturday morning, you woke up to it. So where was all that energy when they was winning? Where was all that energy when they were progressing? It wasn't no, man, y'all keep going, man. Great job, man. Anything y'all need, any support y'all need. These kids. And I think we lose that sometimes. And that's where you kind of lose me at, because just be consistent. It's like, if they read up on a better team, which I think they did, it happens. But let's celebrate the fact that they made it to the Final Four. They was one of the Final Four teams in the state, not the district, not the region, in the state. That don't come up. That don't come up. And like I said, it's not just Lake Gibson this year. It happened. I done seen it with Lakeland in football in years past. Happened to Kathleen in basketball. So it's just Lakeland, period. It's just the culture of Lakeland, period. And it's just. It's so sad. It's so And like I say, I have people that have something to say to me because I'm saying it now. But hey, it is what it is. But if we can't be real, then there ain't no sense of us even doing this. It's just crazy, man. But to answer your question, yes, there's been one in Lakeland for years, unfortunately.
But you know what? I think outside of Lakeland, I don't think people think like that. Even with Terrence and over there with Bartow, I think when they go over there, they represent the whole county. You know what I'm saying? And that's the mentality that we had in Lake Wells. If there's nobody else over there to cheer for, you know what I'm saying? We represent the whole county. You know what I'm saying? Because it just seemed like outside of here, we have a stigmatism. I don't think many people like us anyway. They don't like to see us be successful. So, when everybody know the relationship of Lake Wells and Bartow rivalry, but when Bartow makes it to the finals, I wish them the best. I'm gonna cheer them on, but I think outside of Lakeland, people have that mentality of they're representing everybody because it brings notoriety to everybody. Like, hey, what's going on over there in Polk County? If all these teams are successful.
Man, it's even with this platform, boss. I take hits on this all the time because I focus on everybody. I don't focus on just one. That was the whole point of it. Y'all get on here. We don't get on here with no favorites. We get on here. We focus on everybody, and that's on purpose because I like I said, I'm speaking from experience. I remember I was at Lakeland, and we'll move on. I remember I was at Lakeland when we lost in the regional semis to Plant City. Probably our best chance to get to the Civic Center. They went the next game and lost to Oak Ridge, and we were the best team in the region. But anyway, we played.
Was that Richie them year?
That was Richie and Quentin year. We played Plant City 4 times that year. The first time we played Plant City, we beat them by like 40. The second time we played them, we beat them by like 20. We played them in the district championship. We beat them by like 5 or 6. Every time it's getting tougher and tougher to beat them. And we played the district championship was in Plant City at their gym, but we ended up winning. We played them in the regional semis, and I promise we played the game at Lakeland High School, and it was more people in the gym from Plant City than it was from Lakeland High School, and it was no other team in Lakeland that was in the playoffs. It was you walk out the locker room, and them people got more people in the gym than we had in the gym, and it's a home game, and it's a regional semifinal game, and they beat us. They knocked us out by like two or three. So I mean, them kids fed off their fans, and it's just like we are in a Lakeland school is in the playoffs. Yeah, Big Will, I know you was gonna jump on that. A Lakeland school is in the playoffs. Nobody else is playing. I think Bartow was in, but Bartow was on the road. So I think we were the only team that was playing in Polk County. I think it might have been another team, but the other 2 teams was out the county.
What year was this?
I don't know the year.
010 and 09?
I don't know the year. It was Richie and Quint. It was Richie and Quint. I don't know what year it was. Don't get me the line, coach. I just know it was. I just know that I remember them people had more folks in the gym than us, and nobody else was playing. And I'm just like, but that's might have been 09, cheese. I don't know. I just remember walking out looking at the fact that them folks had more people. And I'm like, how in the world we home, and they got more people. Like they shut the whole city of Plant City down, bro. And they beat us. They beat us. Nobody don't care nothing about the fact that you beat them 3 times before that. All it takes is that one time, and it's a wrap. But that's what happens in Lakeland. And I'm not speaking on the whole Polk County, but I know it happens in Lakeland. I've been to gyms where folks won't show up, not like they used to back in the day. And so I hope for the sake of this year and moving forward, and I thought we had got out of it until Saturday when I got up and got on Facebook, and I ended up getting off Facebook because I couldn't take it. It's like one post after another is criticizing negativity, and it's like no nothing positive, no celebration, no okay. It was our junior year. Yes, I seen you. We just lost to a better team. The same topic that we're on right now. When they had all them monsters over there in Olympia, we just ran up on the buzz. So, but our junior year, we had a real shot at knocking them people off. We had a real shot at our junior year, but it's not the same thing. I thought that we was better. I thought we was past it, and I saw this weekend that we wasn't, and it's just sad that we never just give the other people credit. Sometimes the other people just better. They just was a better than my. And that's me now. Everybody else may feel different. Black feel different. This other people may feel different. Clearly, people that's been on social media feel different. But from what I saw, that them people's just a better team on that night. And all you gotta do is be better on one night. That's all it takes. Like at Friday night, Tampa Tech was better than Lake Gibson. Not saying that they're a better team. They're a better team on Friday night.
Black want to see everybody water get cut off.
Like does Black want anybody from the county? Well, maybe
Black want to see everybody water get
everybody in the county, man. It's all right. I don't know. But anyway, that's my dog, so I ain't gonna go there. So anyway, just wanted to kind of bring that up, man. So just kind of transitioning right into another topic, man. We kind of talked about this in the gym, and I just wanted to kind of bring it up on here just for everybody. You all see where this next week is early signing period for football. So kids can sign early, can go ahead and sign for their letter of intent. They can go if they in a position, they can go early, start in January. So question with this transfer portal, as we looking at all these people going into the portal, like big names this year, like the Rattler kid from Oklahoma, Hazelwood kid from Oklahoma. You got some big name people going into the transfer portal. High school recruits are not the number one option anymore.
Nope.
Unless they are like high level type kids. I mean, colleges don't even seem like that. You don't even hear JUCOs getting mentioned as much anymore as transfer portal. And then everybody that goes in the portal now don't come out the portal. So I know we talked about this probably a while ago, but this kind of came back up. What's y'all like take on the landscape of the current landscape? Because I guess it's changed somewhat, maybe not.
High school is the third option, especially in basketball.
Sometimes it's not even the third, Tuma. I talk to college coaches all the time, especially in football. The first thing that they look at is grad transfers, which is happening more now than it has been like ever. And then they look at the transfer portal, then JUCOs, and then high school.
So that was the fourth option.
Yeah. So that was the pyramid that he sent me, and he coaching at, at a high major D1. I was like, that's crazy, because that really puts the high school kids at a disadvantage.
So what do you do now? What do you do? I guess it's not much. What do you do, or what can you do? Can you do anything?
It's nothing you really can do,
except
for pay attention to who they sign. And the thing is that the early signing period is at a disadvantage because a lot of people entering in the portal to start in January also. So maybe they didn't have somebody at your position when you sign. So you going early thinking you finna walk in the spring as maybe the number one, number two option. But transfer portal, they might have brought in one or two more people that was, 5-star, 4-star recruits. Then what you're going to do, you really got to battle now. They may have told you one thing when they was recruiting you, but it's another thing when you walk in that locker room. You really got to prove yourself. And then a lot of people don't want to work for it. They think, oh, they got their favorites. They got this, they got that. Well, they told me this and that. But circumstances have changed with the way everybody recruiting. So you really got to be on top of your game when you walk into these people's school.
Kids got to look at that too, because I didn't realize till this week when we were in the gym talking that if you transfer, you can transfer and play the next year immediately. So that right there was the game changer. Remember, make them wait a year. You had to sit out a year, so it really didn't affect you as much then. But when you can just like that porter, like when they're talking transfer porter, you can go play right away. That's a game changer.
Yeah. you can get a waiver. I forgot what the waiver is called that you can play right away. And
Yeah,
during
now
those
you got
COVID years,
kids that experience. You got kids that are experienced in the college game.
During those COVID years, it was easy to get that waiver. And also, if your coaches leave, you can play right away. So, like them kids from Oklahoma, they don't have to go get no waiver because their coach left. You know what I'm saying? Like Mullen being fired. You know, I've seen some kids from Florida.
Mullen left. Cristobal about to leave. So like all them guys, it's like big name people that's leaving. So Diaz, Cristobal leaving. I mean Diaz leaving. So all that is like a domino effect. Even
Brian Kelly,
Diaz would exactly. So it's gonna be some.
Coach Ham said, the COVID extra year. That pushed high school back a whole nother.
That's probably what I know. CJ said that's affecting their recruiting up there where he at. That's definitely that COVID year because everybody just kept their year.
So also the add on to that with the recruiting process, has that destroyed high school sports with kids being like I just saw the post and you got people saying they wearing options on where they're gonna go next year. That's like who gonna give me the best situation. Let's not even talk about sports. Like who gonna give me the best situation? And I hear it from kids in middle school now because they're getting recruited to decide what school they want to go from. Has that hurt the game of basketball and football at a local level for kids that are not? What's the kid name that we were just talking about got the contract? I want to use him as an example.
Oh, Dirk.
My Mikey.
The Mikey kids. So like, do all kids now when they start getting this transfer hype already have those expectations that they're those type of kids? And has that hurt us at the local level in Polk? Because we see a lot of transfers now here than we've ever seen. And we got a lot of kids who actually think they're better than what they really are. So they probably don't even look at what's the best option for them anymore. Is it because of people riding the coattail and offering the transfer? You know what I'm saying? They're thinking like they got options.
I think the higher levels created the culture that it was okay to do that. The higher levels did that. College,
NBA?
NBA. It created the culture, and it just trickled down all the way down to even middle school and travel ball teams in middle school and even little league right now. You know what I'm saying? Like when we told you about the kid that reclassified, he was like in 5th or 6th grade or something. You know what I'm saying? It's trickled all the way down to elementary now, and that's crazy.
So my question is, how much has it hurt us here in Polk County? So that we talking about our situation, because we see a lot of. Are we seeing more transfers now? Are we seeing more transfers now than we saw back in the day, or is it because of social media openly?
I think we know more now, and I think we're seeing more now. But I don't think that transferring has just started. It's been people transferring, and we talked about that. But I tell you that it was a big conversation in the barbershop about that last week. So transferring has been happening, and I don't know if all of the transfer decisions have been the best, and we've talked about that also. Sometimes you make a decision and it doesn't work out, and so you gotta question who is talking to the kids that got them transferring. What is it that you're being, I guess, promised, for lack of a better word? But I do think it's affected our county because, you know, like you say, they see it happening on bigger levels, so they feel like they can do it as well, and it doesn't always pan out. It doesn't always pan out, but yeah, we've seen it more the last 2 years because of social media, but it's been going on. It wasn't always publicized. You know, it's kind of unwritten or the unspoken. We've talked all the time about kids going here and knew they was supposed to be going somewhere else, and it just happened. It was just unwritten, unspoken, and so.
So look, to be fair now, before we move on to basketball, I know we got some talk about player of the week and all that. To be fair, because we spoke on this months ago, and we brought it up again with the Tyler Williams situation, right? But since we're on to the football, just a simple, I want to get you guys' idea on it with Kamani. I taught Kamani in middle school. Kamani is like now he went from 45 to the number 4 player in the country. He's probably going to be the hottest topic the next 6-7 months outside of Tyler Williams on sports in the transfer portal. A kid who is ranked number 4 in the country, who loses all his senior players of skill level, and Lake Gibson probably is going to be not as good as they were this year because they'll be so young. Do you go to a different school like a Lakeland, which is not beneficial to you at all, or do you prepare yourself for the next level and go to like an IMG, or do you just stay put? And grade wise, you're in a situation with good grades, and you can leave in January regardless. What would be the best option? I personally don't think transferring to a Lakeland would be a great option for a kid like that. I would be trying to prepare myself for what college is like by going to school like IMG. What do you guys think?
I agree with you. That would be you got to think what IMG offers. You know, they have one of the top sports facilities for training, you know, in the country, and that's really the pull that they have there. Not only do they have their coaches in a great program, but they also have pro athletes that comes back, you know, and pitch in also. But just think about it. You go to IMG, you're the number 4 player in the country, going to the number 1 high school football program in the country. So you're not competing for state championship, you're competing for a national championship. Like, what would prepare you better than going to that level of competition? You're not playing against, you know, Lakeland, Lake Gibson, George Jenkins. You playing against, you know, probably Bishop Gorman out of Vegas or one of those schools out of Texas or Ohio. You know what I'm saying? They also played St. Thomas this year, I think. You know what I'm saying? That's the schedule that you're playing. If you're playing at a high level there, no telling what more can come your way. So
if it's my son and he's a number 4 player in the country, if he doesn't stay at Lake Gibson and finish what he started, then I send him to IMG. I don't send him to another school in the city because, like you said, what's the point? I mean, you at that point, if you're the number 4 player in the country, your mindset should not even be. This is just me talking now. It shouldn't even be on that mindset. You should already be projecting yourself to get ready to walk on somebody's campus. And so if I'm not going to stay at Lake Gibson and finish what I started because it's something to loyalty, you know, unless you have extenuating circumstances. Now, if you got certain circumstances that you can't handle, I mean, you can't control, your parents move, you have to, you know, something like that. But if all things being equal, if my child doesn't stay and finish what he started, then I'm sending him to somewhere like IMG. But it wouldn't be.
The flip side to that, he's the number 4 player in the country, and he did that while he was at Lake Gibson. You know, and it's probably, yes, you go to IMG, and like I say, you playing against, you know, athletes that have this high recruiting level. Also, you're taking the chance of getting exposed too.
Yeah.
So you know, there is good and bad making those type of decisions. But at this point, as a parent, you know, we probably ride it on out at Lake Gibson. But to go to IMG, you could, you know, catapult your game to a different level.
I mean, I personally wouldn't move. I would finish it out unless my son came to me and sat down like, "Look, Dad, this is what I really want to do." But as far as him leaving and going to another school in the city, I'm like, what you gonna do there that you didn't already do? Like I said, but if he to the point where he ready for that challenge, we're gonna research it. We're gonna go and talk it out and make sure it's a good fit. It's a good situation for you because that's what your parents supposed to do. Make sure that things line up right, and then you go for what you know once you get there. But I couldn't see the going to play with your friends because that's where they at. They're gonna be your friends regardless. It's like, I mean, I don't know, but like I said, everybody's situation is different. But if it was me, if I was the parent and my child was number 4 player in the country, he not just Lake Gibson, wherever he's at. If he played 3 years at the school he's at, he would finish out at that school. And the only way he would leave if he was to go somewhere like IMG. I personally wouldn't do it. But
okay, so what if the coach who's there now decides that this is his only year there and he leaves? Now we talking the same way we talk about it in college. What if the coach quits?
Well, the thing is, the coach quit. His coach from last year quit. He got a new coach this year.
Yeah, well, what if the coach from this year quit?
Well, the thing is, the smart thing the coach did this year was he kept the core assistant coaches. So it's like he was new, but all of the coaches that were there had been there. They Lake Gibson people. They in the program. So I would say as long as you keep, it would be like if the new coach came in and cleaned house. I can see that. But if you sitting there and okay, you leave, but my DB coach still there, my DC still there. I mean, I like I said, I wouldn't at that point. I wouldn't. It's not like I said. If it's some extenuating something major, because the thing is, just say if that coach leave and then he go to Lakeland, just say he go to Lakeland, or he go anywhere, it's gonna be new coaches. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you're gonna be.
I'm just talking about the state of the program, the state of emergency on the program. If they lose 2 head coaches in 2 years, how does that sit well with a kid that's number 4 in the country about the program? That's all. I ain't saying that's gonna happen. We've heard rumors. Yet to see, we're gonna see how this plays out. But I mean, Lake Gibson is a stellar program with athletes, but they ain't been keeping coaches there for longevity.
Has he committed to anybody yet?
No, he ain't committed, but he down to his top 5, but he ain't committed to nobody yet.
I don't know. I just think that kid special, man. I think like you got to prepare for. We talk about this all the time, Barn. The business side of things. You know what I'm saying? Just as well as the football. I mean, sometimes you got to get away from the environment to prepare yourself for higher education. Prepare yourself for being away from home. You know what I'm saying? He might not be in a situation where he's academically eligible to leave in January. So all these, if you're not academically eligible to leave in January, why stay at a school like Lake Gibson that puts you more at risk of all the stuff you around your friends when you're at an IMG? It prepares you you're prepared education wise. You know what I'm saying? You got the education you're gonna get at a higher level, and not only that, you will be able to train at a higher level if you're at an IMG. Because if you stay, you just getting basic training, right? You leave and you can't leave in January because let's be real. At least now, this is just me talking, giving my opinions from what I see. I have not seen true freshmen who play football who didn't enroll in January, start in August, and be playing at a Power 5.
That's true. That's true, but you don't have to leave for that, Tuma.
Most of the guys that leave in January are more prepared and are in a better situation come August than any of the kids that couldn't leave in January. And though now this ain't facts. Now I'm just throwing out the Tuma opinion. It seems like the kids who don't make it in January and have to wait till August, I guarantee you, just if I looked at it, 65% of them kids be the ones that be transferring.
You got a point.
They're so far behind. They missed the whole spring. They get there in August. They got to learn a whole new system compared to kids who are there in January that know the system.
But the thing is educating the parents, though, Tuma. He don't have to go to IMG to leave in January. What he needs to do now is to be taking the classes that he need in order to leave, like
No,
English
what I'm
sport.
saying, if he's not ready to go in January academically, like we don't know what a kid don't did for 3 years.
No, we don't.
You know what I'm saying?
But he needs to be preparing himself. Florida Virtual is about to open up in January, so whoever advising that kid should be getting that kid ready. He need to be taking classes in the spring and in the summer. So when January come around, he needs to be leaving. I mean, football is that business decision. Any other sports, if he does play any other sports, that's not a business decision. He got to be ready to go in January.
Yeah, the thing is, it might have been a hobby when you was, and I don't know if it even was then, but when you number 43 in the country, it might have been a hobby. But the fact that you number 4 in the country now, it's got to be business at this point, bro. You like the number 4 player in the country, not the state, not the district, not the county, in the like 1, 2, 3, 4 in the United States, in multiple services. It's not just one person saying that. It's like 4 or 5, 4 or 4, like across the board. I mean, it's got to be, and maybe he ain't even looking at it that way because he's just having fun. Maybe it's just, and maybe we putting too much on him by saying it needs to be that way. But I mean, the thing is, and Polite made a good point. You know, a lot of these schools are getting, at least in Lakeland, are feeling the drop off because you got a lot of good kids that are going to Lake Gibson. I mean, not Lake Gibson, Lakeland Christian for football and Victory for football. You got a lot of good kids going to Santa Fe and Victory for basketball. So a lot of the public schools are filling the pool of the private schools. So that's a fair point. But to Timo's point, that was the next thing I was going to say. IMG is different now. IMG is football, is structure, ain't no lunch, ain't no pep rallies, ain't no class change hanging out in the hallway, in the loop of ain't no hangout. It's none of that. Everything is a business. You stand there. Ain't no going home and going to McDonald's after practice, all that kind of stuff. You practice, you're in the dorm, and it's real. So every kid ain't ready for that. And every kid don't have to be ready for that because you, at the end of the day, you're still a kid, So that's the other thing to consider. He may be good with being a high school teenager, high school kid. And so we not trying to put it on him. I'm just saying, like I said, I spoke on, if it was my son, I would have that conversation with him. But at the end of the day, if he like, Dad, that ain't what I want to do right now. Hey, okay. Because you got to go, you got to live it. I'm going to support you and rock with you regardless. But you gotta live through it. You know what I'm saying? So he may not be something that he may not be something he want to do. But I just at this point he got a good situation because, like I said, number 4 in the country is just like the kid that's at Lakeland right now, the D lineman. He was number 5 in the country this year. When the last time we had back-to-back top 5 players in the country in Polk County?
Should it be more? Don't get me wrong. I hate saying the hype word, but should it be more popularity on the kid that's in that position? Should it be publicized more and talked about more than what it is? Like, it just, to me, it seems like they quiet. Like, people still ask who was the defensive end for Lakeland. You get what I'm saying? Does it make sense? We don't have those kids. Like, should we make sure we put more spotlight on these kids to appreciate that they coming from Polk County at these positions?
I think you got a great point, Tuma, and I think we should celebrate them. We got a platform here, and maybe it started with us. But if you look at it, going back years on years, like more teams, more coaches, and more players are celebrated outside of our county than more so than inside of our county.
That's disturbing to me though, because that's why I asked that, because I was just gonna say, imagine if Tracy McGrady, Amari Stoudemire were the number 1 players in the country, and they played in Polk County in our time. That's in the earth, you know what I'm saying? Man, do you think you can watch a game and it don't be sold out night in, night out in Polk County back then with those guys?
No.
I mean, even recently with Tony Bradley, he was top 15
But
in his
it wasn't
class.
him about to see Tony like that. That's what I'm saying.
No.
Like,
Yeah,
Vince Carter came out the same time I came out, right? There was not one game at Daytona Beach mainland that you went to that you could it wasn't 400 people outside trying to get a ticket to.
But that go back to the crowd mentality. We don't celebrate it, and it's just me.
Yeah,
we don't celebrate it because because the thing is, and once again I'm about to step on some toes, but hey, that's what we're doing tonight. The minute if it was to happen, the minute that money was to go over to Lakeland for half the city, all of a sudden then he would be an elite player. Why he at Lake Gibson now? He good, he okay. Lake Gibson legitimately had 3 of the top 4 players in this county on their team this year. But you never heard about them to the level. I mean, they had to talk about them because they were so good. But the minute they go over across town, now it's like the whole city. It's like some people won't talk about the kids because of where they go to school at. And that, once again, you're right back to the same thing. This kid is continually showing Newt. He is elite. He very elite. Man, you gotta check his film out. He ain't this kid is like legitimate, like no matter what school to go to. But
the reason I say that, bro, not to cut you off and apologize. Like I was on the phone with my friends from Fort Lauderdale this past week, right? Knowing that Miami was playing Jesuit. And I was just bragging on Amari. They really didn't know who he was. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you think about it, we're only a small bit of pushing those Lake Gibson athletes when we no matter what rival is, man, what they had over there cross town. I mean, I'm next door to Lake Gibson, but as far as like you Lakeland and they cross town, what Lake Gibson had this year on that field, man, that's hard to come by. At any high school, we haven't seen that since the pound season in raining them. And I'm thinking like it should have been put out there in a manner of like how big that was for not just the county, but how big it was for the city of Lakeland, but for the county. But they had a number 1 athlete in the country, number 1 cornerback in the country, a 5-star running back, and they also had 2 Division I other defensive backs, all on the same team, man. And you only heard a little bit about them. Should nobody from out of town be asking about those Lake Gibson kids? They should have been like, real man. Y'all heard y'all got 4 Division I corners, and y'all running back led the state in rushing. You know what I'm saying? But you know, across the state, you could hear about that. But I hear more about Edgar James' son around the state than you would hear about Jalen. That's crazy to me. When we got the platform, instead of us arguing about what rival and Lakeland run this and this and that, man, let's just talk about the kids and how happy we are that these kids are in those power positions to set up for the next crew of kids coming behind so they can keep going. When you think about Miami football, you don't just think about one school, oh, Lakeland just dominated. You're going to talk about these athletes from about 5 or 6 different schools, man, and you're going to hear about it. We lacking that. Same with basketball. We shouldn't have to Tony Bradley. His name should have been on the platform way. We should have been talking about it more. So he could have been that big. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We just lack the energy. We don't want to give that energy to any of our student athletes now that we should be giving them to be proud of the county. For me, just simple. We should just be giving that energy, no matter if it's a rival or not. No matter where you go, I don't want you talking about another kid because I'm gonna pause you. It's like, hold on, man. I got 4, 5 of these guys down here in Lake Gibson. That's better than that. I'll see you the film to show you. Compared to us, yeah, man, they okay over. We should be excited and bragging about that.
Right. And you got a point in. I mean, Coach Blicker, they was on ESPN too, but people still don't know about them. That's the point we're making. I mean, it's plenty of people don't know about them, and they was on ESPN too. And but like I said, everybody got their opinion. Clearly, Black got his opinion. He very opinionated that he, like I say, and he Black gonna be who he gonna be. So, and that's fine. That's fine. That's the beauty of it. We talk, we discuss it. We don't always have to agree on it, but like you say, it's just sad. But anywho, as we transition, as we do every week, we want to give a shout out to the kids that have either gotten offers or committed or signed. So we got a lot of offers from new kids this week. A lot of new kids got offers this week, so I want to give a shout out to them. These are all 2023 kids. Ro Hardy picked up an offer from University of Rhode Island for football. Marvin McClendon, Ro Hardy's at Lakeland for football. Marlon McClendon is at Victory, picked up an offer from Rhode Island. RJ Kelly is at Kathleen, picked up an offer from Rhode Island. And Dadrian Zipper picked up 2 offers this week. He picked up one from this past week, one from Rhode Island and one from UNC Charlotte. Those are all football offers for all those 2023 kids. So Dadrian Zipper is at Lakeland also. So shout out, congrats to all those guys on those offers. So want to make sure that they continue to work hard. I'm sure there's more to come. All right. So last week, full week, we put it on the page this morning about the teams of the week and the players of the week. So we're gonna do teams first, and we're gonna go ahead and review the teams that we put out there that we got in consideration for it. So first, it is pull them up. First, we got Victory. Victory went 3-0 on the week. Okay, I didn't see that nowhere, Coach. He played basketball. Shout out to Davion Williams from Frostproof. I posted tomorrow. I didn't know. I hadn't seen that. Nobody from Frostproof sent that, so let me write it down. Shout out to Davion Williams for committing to Charleston Southern for football out of Frostproof.
Boy, that boy's tough out there, boy.
It's real tough out there.
Boy, Rick tough.
Must be talking about Carolina Christian. I ain't even looked at it. I knew it was Carolina Christian. All right,
Rick and Black, boy, Carolina Christian ain't got no chance in hell on this page.
Committed. I'll do it tomorrow, Coach. I hadn't seen that, Coach. I hadn't seen that posted nowhere, but I'll make sure to post it. So Davion Christian, shout out Davion Christian from Frostproof, committed to Charleston Southern last week.
Williams, Coach. Davion
Williams. All right, so what I said first? I said something different.
Christian.
Okay. They got me with the Carolina Christian. I'm sorry.
Yeah, they got you.
Sorry, Davion. My bad. Shout out to you, man. So we got Victory, went 3-0 on the week, picked up wins. They went 75-58 against Cambridge, 77-65 over Frostproof, and 76-41 over ECS. Kathleen went 2-0 on the week. They beat Pasco 77-39, and they beat Charlotte yesterday 65-62 down in Fort Myers. Discovery went 3-0 on the week. They beat Lake Region 62-30. They beat Hardy 70-26, and they beat Haines City 57-54. Bartow went 2-0 on the week. They beat St. Cloud 59-34, and they beat Sebring 93-77. And Santa Fe went 3-0 on the week. They beat Jenkins 75-62. They beat Lakeland Christian 73-40, and they beat I got First Atlantic, but I know that it's Atlantic in their name, but it ain't First Atlantic. But they beat them 76-41. So those are the 5 nominees for teams of the week. What y'all like?
Man, shout out to those teams and how well they did this week. But the most impressive win was Kathleen and Charlotte. Down in Southwest Florida, going down there and beat, a program that's pretty solid year in and year out by 1 point. I think that was impressive by Kathleen. So my vote is Kathleen for team of the week.
Is Charlotte supposed to be good or something?
I mean, they're a solid
You
program.
Blicker on it, so I'm asking.
Yeah, they're pretty good, pretty good program, pretty good team.
Yeah,
I'm taking
Kathleen because they 2 games in away from that 8 that I put that pressure on. So I love Kathleen going down there and winning. Especially if y'all hyping up. That's a good program. Big win.
Yeah. All right, so our team of the week. Shout out to the Kathleen Red Devils, Polk team of the week for last week.
Who you pick? Y'all been on my head in our little group chat because I've been asleep all day. You told me to kick to the curb, boy.
Yeah, I like Kathleen. For them to go on the road and win that game. That was a big win for the league. So I got.
Honestly, I wasn't trying to be funny about it. Like I haven't, I've been locked and loaded. So I didn't even know they played Charlotte. I'm just looking at. I ain't even caught up on our messages yet, so that's why I was asking. Is Charlotte supposed to be real good?
Yeah. Like Chief said, they made a Final Four last year.
Yeah, that's a good win. That's a good win for Kathleen.
That's what I'm talking about. Congrats all 3 of them though. Victory,
Santa Fe. 5 of them. Victory, Kathleen, Discovery, Bartow, Santa Fe. But we going with Kathleen for our team of the week.
Man, I'm putting pressure on Bartow. Man, they supposed to win them games.
All right, so here we go.
You got that?
We got for players of the week. We got 5 nominees for player of the week. LJ Case from Victory, averaged 25 points a game, 9 rebounds, 7 assists, and 3 wins last week. Freshman from Bartow, Lawrence Horton, had 28 for Thursday night in a road win over Sebring. Santa Fe got 2 guys. Trey Lane averaged 19 a game and 3 wins last week. Cooper Ellis averaged 17 a game and wins last week. And Travion Osborne from Discovery averaged 15 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, and 3 wins last week. So, who y'all like for player of the week?
LJ.
I agree. It's LJ. He's been on fire for the last 2 weeks, Coach. He's that 25 a game actually has came down. He was 30 a game the week before, but not to take away from the other kids. Cooper Ellis has been big for Santa Fe. We was questioning on how he was gonna fit in, and we seen him kind of struggle this summer. But I know he had a 27, 28 point game and batted up with like a 17 and like a 13 or something. So, shout out to those other kids. They had big weeks, like the freshmen going down and giving Seidman 28. That was impressive.
Yeah, that was real impressive.
I was just going to ask y'all about that. That ain't a fire kid, is it? Since you got your fire hood on.
I don't know. I think he might be a fire kid.
No, I don't think he's a fire kid.
I don't know.
Don't get brag on this one.
I don't know if he is, but I think he might be, but I don't know if he is. I know you just stirring the pot, but I don't know.
Yeah, I like to just stir up the pot. I'm a fire coach. So, hey, but I say LJ just on the being consistent, but people question why we put this kid in the top 10. And he proven why he in the top 10 to kick off the season. Like, just be honest, y'all. We got people questioning, like, how's LJ in the top 10? What did he do? Like, this is why he's a top 10 player. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so he started with the 5 and he finished with the Spartans, so we'll give him half and half. So
this that point where the 5, they say 5 used to give y'all some favoritism when God lead y'all. It was favoritism, so I got walked away and
transfer portal. Transfer portal. And
can't hit that AU transfer portal.
Oh man. All right. So
hey, you wearing the fire shirt. Hey, you wearing the fire shirt today, founder. I gotta put that pressure out there. I know you laughing about it, but
man. That's fine. That's who I am, man. That's where we got it from the mud, boss.
Hey,
I'm always
the coach. Bro, the Thunder coach him when he left Thunder.
I don't know who he coached. I see Thunder say he went to the Spartans, so Well, we said it, and we got slammed on it when the picture dropped. We had a lot of people that had issues, but I think it's getting a lot more quiet now. It's a real lot more quiet now. I know real lot more is not, for y'all educators, that's not proper English, but you get the point. Yeah. All right, so shout out to LJ Player of the Week and Kathleen Team of the Week. So, updated top 25. All right, I know Tuma ain't gonna jump back in until we get to the 10, but we're gonna do 25 up to 1. So go ahead and log out.
I knew he was gonna do that.
All right, so number 25 right now, checking in this week is Lake Region. 24, Fort Meade. 23, Lakeland Christian. 22, Frostproof. 21, Tenor Rock. Coach, I'm gonna type these in the chat if you want to give any type of
I mean, Coach, there's really no discussion of that. There's really no discussion, Coach. Those teams are there for a reason. I don't think any of them have won a game. So, it was kind of a toss-up on where we actually ranked them. So, it's still early. I expect, most of them to change positions hopefully next week. But, those chips going to fall where they are.
Okay. All right. So, 19, Oasis Christian. 18, Hardy.
20, Coach? 20? Who was 20?
20 is Jenkins. 19 is Oasis. 18 is Hardy. 17, Davenport. And 16, Mulberry. Any thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, shout out to Mulberry getting 2 wins. I think they like 2-0. You do want to celebrate the little things, and that's big for them to start out 2-0. I know Jenkins had a tough schedule. Going back and looking at it.
Yeah, they played Arvindale and Santa Fe.
Yeah, but they played them tough. It wasn't,
tough,
so they'll be better in the end. Davenport, Coach Ambo is doing a great job with them. I know the kid that played quarterback for us is playing basketball. He had like 21 rebounds the other night.
I heard he got a monster over there. That kid can go.
Yeah, he can go. He's 6. He's a legitimate 6'6". You know what I'm saying? But his money's in football, but he can play. But having 21 rebounds, that's impressive.
Coach Hardy is 18. That was typo. I retyped it. I'm typing too fast. I'm trying to type and talk.
I tell you what, though, man, Hardy, if they don't pick it up, bro, they're gonna have to move down too.
Yeah, it's gonna be a long year for Hardy. Hardy 18, and Jenkins 20, Coach.
Yeah, it's tough out there in the streets.
Real tough. All right, 15, McKeel. 14, Haines City. 13, Sebring. 12, Vanguard. 11, Lake Gibson.
I mean, shout out to Lake Gibson. They got a couple wins, but even without their football players. McKeel, I know what they're trying to do. They're trying to toughen up their schedule, try to get ready for the playoffs. Playing against Winter Haven, that was, big on Coach O'Callahan's part. Haines City, I think Haines City is a big surprise, and they're gonna surprise some people this year. I won't be surprised if they move up. They played Discovery tough all the way down to the end, and they're better than what we initially expected from them.
Right.
So I can see Haines City moving up as the season going on.
Gotcha. Haines City over Jenkins. Yeah, Coach. Haines City has won. Jenkins hasn't. So right now, Jenkins got to get off the snide. All right, top 10. Tuma back. Such a guy. All right, number 10, Lake Wells. Number 9, Ridge. Number 8, Santa Fe. Number 7. Victory. And number 6. Discovery. All right. Y'all can start throwing the stuff at the screen now. What y'all take on the 10 through 6.
I thought Santa Fe should be up higher than what it is. Why Santa Fe so low? I know y'all talked about it earlier, so I'm gonna throw some at the screen. Why Santa Fe so late?
He's such a clown, bro. See how you just
y'all worked on this.
What is so low? I know y'all talked about it. Y'all just
Okay. So Billy D, did I have any discussion on this?
No, you didn't.
So wait,
you was asleep.
Come on, bro. What you talking about? Y'all carried me in the group. Y'all got on my head in the group and said we don't even need 2 minutes a day. I'm asking.
I said we didn't need you for the team of the week and the player of the week.
So I'm asking the question, in my opinion, why is Santa Fe so low? Did they lost too many games? Because they lost to powerhouses.
I mean, Victory lost to a good team also.
6, 7, 8. 6, 7, 8 could have probably went. Well, 5, 6, 7, 8 went either way.
You could have slashed them, but all 3 of them lost against good teams. So all 3 of them.
Who Santa Fe lost to? I like Santa Fe over Discovery and Victory.
They lost to who was it? Olympia.
Exactly.
They didn't lose to Olympia. Bartow lost to Olympia.
Bartow lost to Olympia. It was somebody over in the Metro Challenge though.
They lost in the Metro, yeah. All them people lost in the Metro. Bartow lost in the Metro. Discovery lost in the Metro. Victory and
I'm only making an argument that I felt like I ain't saying change it. I'm just publicly saying I think Santa Fe should have been numbers 5 or 6.
5 through 8 could have went either way. That's a good.
Yeah, I agree.
So I'm not saying change. I'm just telling y'all out loud. I like Santa Fe over Discovery and Victory right now.
And that's duly noted. And it's nothing
wrong.
And the thing with Santa Fe is Santa Fe 3-1, and the big kid hadn't played yet. The big kid, so I mean they only gonna get better. So I mean for them to be 3-1, I know Coach Blicker probably figured they would, but got to be somewhat of a surprise for him to be. He's essentially out there without guards, and they 3-0. So
especially not seeing Bartow in the 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm ready to see what Bartow at, so I can get on y'all guys' head.
You know, that's something I'm not worried about, Tuma.
Moving forward, don't use the excuse I'm asleep and then get on here and in front of company. But it's okay though. We'll take it though. We'll take it. All right, here we go. Top five. Polite though. Polite. Tough. 5. Bartow.
Yeah, I'm gonna call Scott Williams and tell him don't send no more Polk County teams to that Metro, whatever it's called.
4. Winter Haven.
Hold on.
3. Kathleen. 2. Bro, you got this first time you seen this. I said this mess earlier today. That would be killing me. Don't get on here with the people like this first time you've seen this. 2.
This is the first time I've seen this, man.
And number 1 team for the week is the Lakeland Dreadnought.
This is the first time I've seen this. I just said, hold on. I can't have an opinion about two teams, bro.
Bro, you got to be you. You got to be you to have your opinion.
I have an opinion about 2 teams. I don't care about none of the other rankings other than Bartow getting beat by 50. They should have been ranked number 10, in my opinion.
Last week, bro. It's a week-to-week poll. They was 2-0 this week.
Yeah, this is our first time doing the rankings, though.
But this is what I'm saying. We go week-to-week, though.
I get it.
We did the same thing last year. We gonna change it now. We go week-to-week. We go week-to-week. So this week they went 2-1. So last week they didn't.
Bartow number 10.
Okay, Coach, what's your take?
I think this is accurate. You know what I'm saying? Lakeland came out, won the first game of the year. They was number 2 when we first did it. But Winter Haven. I went and watched Winter Haven yesterday, bro. They was not impressive at all. You know, they played a team that's traditionally pretty good, but they was down their best player and went over there and laid an egg. And, you know, I've talked to the coaches and the players like, bro, they're going to have to pick it up. If not, you know, those expectations that we had for them in the beginning of the year is not going to happen. So I think we did them. Huh?
Off of one loss?
Bro, if you saw them play yesterday, you would have been on here right now.
Oh no! If it's coming from you, I'm definitely down. But you know, I'm gonna talk just cause. But I know if it's coming from you or Barnes,
Carter Knox. Carter Knox plays for Tampa Catholic, and he's top 15 in that 24 class. I want to say top 10 in the 24 class. Did not play. And Tampa Catholic beat them by like 15 points. Like, bro, they didn't play with like no passion, no sense of urgency. You know, not that I'm a dominant team in Polk County or in the state. It was unimpressive, bro. I was highly disappointed.
So my question,
like, and I talked to some of the players afterwards. Like, this is not gonna cut it. So, I think rightfully so they should move back to 4.
No, now let me clear the air real quick. Whatever, if I'm not available, whatever you guys pick, I'm 100% supportive of it. All right. So we all know when we go back and forth, they'll be thinking like we just on left field page. I'm just here to entertain the people.
I know why you doing it. I know
that. That's my question. To be 100 now, so y'all know, like, I real deal think Santa Fe should have been number 5.
That's a fair point. That's a fair point.
I don't like Bartow at number 5 after getting a 50-piece put on them.
So this is my question to both of y'all. Is it too early, or should we be panicking right now? We went over to the Metro and we didn't do well. We went down to Southwest Florida yesterday and we did better. Winter Haven didn't do well. They with their game over at the breast cancer awareness yesterday. It's early now, and we got teams that they're not full strength. Like Bartow not full strength, Santa Fe, bless you, not full strength. So we got people that don't have all their guys. So should we be concerned that we kind of stumbling somewhat out of the gate, or is it just too early to get into that?
No, I don't think we should be concerned. I think we're just right now. We're early. We're trying to be competitive, and we're just not as ready as probably those other teams. I love the fact that we're going out there competing. You know what I'm saying? Like we're actually lining up against powerhouse teams, so there's no need to panic. It's only going to make it better in the long run. Normally, it's just Bartow competing at this level. So for me, I like to see that Winter Haven is going out there challenging some of the powerhouses as they try to build their chemistry. I love to see Santa Fe competing in their in Scott Williams' tournament. I don't even know the name of it, so I just say Coach Williams tournament. And they're going against the Oak Ridge, Olympia, Victory. Didn't Victory go over there too?
Yes.
Yeah, I love to see all that. That means we're actually trying to compete at the highest level. We ain't run away from it. You know what I'm saying? The only one that honestly had the right to not play anybody, which is him at Lakeland, because he didn't have 5 players at the time. So we know if he'd have had his football guys in the lineup and play Olympia, Oak Ridge, or Polk, he'll line up and play all of them too. But in fairness, I mean, whether they getting beat or not, whether we try to sit here and I entertain it being the funny guy, I love to see that these guys are actually going out there competing. There's no panic for me at all in what they're doing other than trying to get better. The Bartow blueprint of playing powerhouses early and then finishing playing them late, everybody's buying into that. So we got more opportunity to see guys do what they do. The chemistry going to be off at Winter Haven regardless, bro, because they don't got a true legit point guard. So they missing that. Let's keep it real. They missing that engine.
I'm with you, Tuma, but, I have a different opinion. All right. And it's something that you always said about Polk County or teams just having basketball players. How many basketball players does Winter Haven have?
All of them.
Exactly. So therefore, they should be way ahead of everybody else.
I think they are ahead of everybody around here.
They had a couple football players that were key pieces, but they got them right after the season. So I thought they should have been a little bit further along. As far as the point guard thing, they have multiple people that can play the point guard spot. And I'm not gonna give them any excuse. They got to be better. Isaac is filling up the stat sheet. He almost had a triple double the other day, and Jamie Phillips is handling the ball most of the time. You know what I'm saying? It's just, and they had another kid that can handle the ball. They're just not playing they didn't play at a high level on Saturday. Put it that way. So I'm not gonna give them any excuse whatsoever. But I like what Shaw is doing over there at Kathleen. You know what I'm saying? He's playing to his strengths as far as applying pressure to people. They was able to get a good win. Bartow is gonna be up and down. Especially when they get into the tournament season during the holidays, they got some tough games. But I expect them to be really good when it comes to end of January.
Yeah, I mean it's gonna make it fun for all of us to go watch when they start lining up against each other, man. Because they played in them high intensity situations. So that means the game's gonna even be better when they line up. Kathleen versus Lakeland, Lakeland versus Lake Gibson, Lakeland versus Winter Haven.
Okay. All right. Well, to segue right into our picks for the week. Last week, Tuma, you went 11-0 last week.
What?
First time. Yeah, I know.
Boy.
I went 10-1, and Coach went 9-2.
So I beat the coach. Oh boy.
Beat Coach lost. He picked Sebring and Charlotte, and I picked Sebring also. And so that was my loss with Sebring. Coach lost to Sebring and Charlotte, and you got all of them. So you went 11-0. So let's get going. We got a lot of games this week, So let's get going. First one on tomorrow night, Ridge at Sebring. Who y'all like?
Ridge at Sebring?
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Ridge also.
All right. I'm going with Sebring at home. All right. Tuesday night, Santa Fe at Bartow.
Whoa. I get to go to that game. I get to be front row seat. What is at Bartow?
It's at Bartow.
I like Santa Fe. Bartow ain't got KJ them playing.
That's Carlisle. I know you like Ridge.
Good game. I'm gonna take Santa Fe also, just because I think they're gonna go in there and shoot at a high percentage. You're in a tough spot there, Colt.
Yeah.
I know who he gonna pick.
I watch. Oh boy, TNJ gonna be at that game. That's TNJ Sports Network game of the week. The fact that the Horton kid went and gave 28 down and what's the name? I wonder where they would get scoring from without KJ. The fact they put up 93 without KJ and they home. I'm gonna go with Bartow. But I won't be surprised if Santa Fe win, but I'm gonna take Bartow. All right. Also Tuesday, Winter Haven. This one could be interesting. Winter Haven at Victory.
On what day?
I'm gonna take Winter Haven. Winter Haven
same night.
It's
Tuesday.
bigger.
I like Winter Haven.
And I think they just have more weapons, but I still expect LJ to score at a high level.
Yeah, I got LJ getting 30 plus, but I like Winter Haven.
Yeah, I like Winter Haven too. I think they got more. Polite though. Polite ain't gonna pick Winter Haven or nothing. Also Tuesday night, George Jenkins at Kathleen.
I'm going with Kathleen at home.
Yeah, I'm going with Kathleen.
Yeah, I like Kathleen at home too. I ain't seen either one of them, but I like Kathleen at home. Hey, also I guess this is the start of the rivalry. Tuesday, Haines City at Davenport.
I'm gonna go with Haines City, bro.
It was tough on Coach.
Yeah, I know I'm gonna get fussed at work tomorrow, but it's all right.
We know Monty. I like Hayes City too. You going with 6-2?
Ah, yeah, no. I like Hansel. Hey, man. You want 6-2 just because he's
Thursday, Kathleen at Victory. Kathleen at Victory.
Dang. Man, why these games supposed to be so good this week? That's crazy.
Hey,
I know.
they in there now, Coach. They locked and loaded now.
Barnes, you remember who won head-to-head this summer?
Victory.
And it's at Victory.
It's at Victory.
Man,
I'll jump out that first. I like Victory. I know I'll never pick first, so I'll pick first on that one. At home, Victory about 5 points better at home than they is on the road.
I like Victory, man.
Yeah, that's what my gut is telling me. Victory at home. I think that's gonna be a really good game.
Monty,
too.
I think I may check that one out too.
I got them 2 days off. Tuesday and Thursday, I ain't got practice, so I'll be front row.
Yeah, I ain't never been to a game at Victory.
I don't know if Kathleen people gonna let me sit by them because I've been putting so much pressure on them. So
yeah, I'm gonna sit up I think I'm gonna check the Victory one out Thursday too. Well, no, I ain't gonna be up there. All right. Also Thursday, this should be an interesting one too. Arbondale at Discovery. Arbondale beat Discovery to sleep last year, but Discovery is better this year. I don't know. It may not matter, but I mean, Arbondale at Discovery.
Man, I'm gonna go with Coach Wheeling and Discovery at home.
Okay.
But that's gonna be a really good game too, because Turner should get them issues.
I like Arbondale.
Yeah, I like Arbondale. If Turner play, I don't think they got nothing for Turner, but so I'm gonna go with Arbondale. That KK versus Osborne, that's gonna be a good matchup, though. That's gonna be
but also, I think Victory just got better guards. I think KK and Trey cancel each other out, but with Stallworth and Willie Wilson and the other the Seth kid, I think they're gonna give them issues. But I think it's gonna be a really good game.
Who done been real good? That's on Thursday. Who done been real good for Discovery is the Willie Wilson kid that transferred from Haynes City. He done been real good. So, all right.
He's really gotten better, Coach.
Yeah, Coach. I was impressed with him, Coach. I like him. Friday, another rivalry game. It's rivalry week for Davenport. Ridge at Davenport.
Ridge.
Coach, you're going to be tomorrow.
But it's okay. I know Coach is going to be in my office tomorrow.
I like Ridge, too.
You said 6-2-9, man. Play the game. Boy, your assistant principal picking everybody except y'all.
Friday. Jenkins at Bartow.
Bartow.
Yeah, I like Bartow too. Also Friday, Winter Haven at Lake Wells.
Winter Haven.
Yeah, I like Winter Haven too.
Yeah. XL and Anisco is not playing this year. So that really hurt Lake Wells.
Yeah, you said this year.
Yes, sir.
Polite, but I hope you polite. Anything Winter Haven, he going against anybody Winter Haven playing. Also Friday, Sebring at Discovery.
Discovery.
Yeah, I'm sticking with Coach Weaves. That's gonna be a good game too. Now I'm interested to see what Sebring looks like with their football players back.
Yeah, I know Discovery play well at home, but Sebring, I think, is. I'm gonna go with Sebring. I don't know. We'll probably lose that one, but I'm gonna go with Sebring. Friday, McKeel at Arbondale.
That's a sausage game.
I like Arbondale too. Ridge versus Haynes City. We didn't talk about Ridge or Hayes City, Coach. I don't think.
I like Ridge.
I see Coach saying that Ridge Hayes City on Wednesday. We didn't have that as one of our games. All right. And last couple games, Saturday, the Lakeland Shootout will be taking place. So, Lake Gibson versus Seminole.
Why we picking every game? Why is that game even on the calendar?
You say it don't count.
Well, I said, why is that game on the calendar for us?
Okay, so you don't want to pick that one? All right.
I don't.
Sebring versus Hillsborough.
Sebring.
I like Sebring too. You don't want to pick that one either, too?
No, I don't.
Oh my God. Okay. So you don't want to pick Jenkins or East Bay either?
No, I don't.
Dude got his We're not picking every game, y'all. We just pick some games. So I see some of y'all putting other games on the thing. We ain't picking every game. Kathleen, Calvary Christian.
That's
Tuma picking.
That's the Clearwater Calvary Christian, right? That ain't the down south one.
I don't think
it's not down south one.
Yeah, Kathleen.
I like Kathleen too.
I'm gonna go with Calvary Christian, bro.
Okay. It'd be like Calvary Christian. All right.
Yeah, that's the team that haven't played in the preseason, right? Yeah. I'm gonna pick Calvary Christian.
Okay. Lakeland Southeast. Lakeland on the game this week.
I like Lakeland.
Yeah, Lakeland don't play nobody, huh? Hey, one game a week.
Southeast been tough in the past, but I know they graduated some people. So
a sausage 20 points against it. You get beat by 20, you get a sausage put in.
All right, so I like Lakeland too. And the last game for the week.
I like Lakeland as well.
You like Lakeland? Okay. And Lakeland, the last game, Victory versus Berkeley Prep.
And Berkeley Prep used to be good back in the day. But you trying to make sure
kid back?
Trying to what?
The kid that's going to Houston back?
So you trying to make sure I'm going to go undefeated, huh?
I'm just these are games, boss. They on deck this week, man. I can't help how they schedule the games. They said they schedule this week. I don't know how many kids. I'm going with Victory because I don't know how many kids Berkeley Prep got that's playing football. You know, Berkeley Prep in the championship game this week.
Oh yeah. I like Victory too. If you say make it make sense.
I mean, I don't know how many basketball kids they got, but I know they playing in football. So it's not Berkeley. It's ain't Berkeley. Lakeland plays Saturday, man. He said he was going to stretch the schedule out because he figured he wasn't going to have his kids.
I'll go with Victory also.
Yeah, it's rivalry on the east side, Coach Lewis. I see the Davenport taking on and Ridge and Haynes City. Everybody playing each other on that side of the county this week. Coach, what's your take on that? So you on that side? What's the temperature like?
You know what? I mean, I think it's good for basketball. I mean, it's just good for the schools. Period. It's a lot of pride over there, even if the teams are not as strong. So I expect it to come in and be a war. You know what I'm saying? A lot of energy from the students. I think it's gonna be good for the east side of Polk County.
Coach Jimmy, I ain't said over his rivalry. I ain't said over everybody, Coach Jimmy, huh? Polite. They didn't schedule. They kind of backloaded their schedule because they figured they weren't gonna have their football kids. So he scheduled most of his games in January. So he's not playing a lot of games early on. That was his strategy. So that's why you see one game a week for the Dreadnoughts. Okay, Coach Blicker say that they got a transfer in from Brooks to Barlow. You talking about they got the kid that no, not the kid, not the Sharp kid don't go to Berkeley Prep now.
No, he's at Bishop McLaughlin. I got them confused.
Oh, okay. I'm about to say, yeah, they got that Sharp kid. I'm about to go back and change my pick. That Sharp kid is like a whole different breed. So All right, so Tuma, like I say, after week 1, Tuma in the lead, 11-0. I'm second, 10-1, and coach is 9-2. So we got through the player of the week. Once again, shout out to LJ Casey from Victory. Team of the week, shout out to Kathleen High School. I also want to say congratulations to Davion Williams from Frostproof, committing to Charleston Southern for football. I also want to say again, congrats to the 2023 kids. Ro Hardy from Lakeland, David Zipper from Lakeland, RJ Kelly from Kathleen, Marlon McClendon from Victor on their offer from Rhode Island, and also to Daedrian Zipper from Lakeland for his offer from UNC Charlotte. Anything else on y'all dome, Coach? Like I say, next week is the I know the end of the semester's coming up. And sorry, and Rich Polite, his commitment to Carolina Christian. You know, he early enrolling, but he gonna go in with he gonna go in the summer. But shout out to Rich Polite. Wish him well. Yes, sir.
Are you logged in on my login?
I don't know. We about to finish up though. I know you about to go. I think I can stop it though. You got to go. So
yeah, I got that meeting with my girl.
Yes, sir. So, Coach, one thing this week, anything you trying to one goal for the week before we get off.
Man, Coach, I tell my younger frat brothers and my younger players that play for me, and I let them know this all the time. It's no price on a peace of mind, Coach. You know what I'm saying? I've been going at it tough with my schedule, working, reffing basketball, trying to write my dissertation. I just got a lot of things on my hands. So, my thing is this week is like mental health. So I'm going to take a few days off at the end of the week, have a long weekend, try to recharge my batteries. And, just to let everybody know, like, you have to have these mental health breaks in order for you to be the best that you can be. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to work, and I totally understand that. But just always know not to kill yourself on your job, because that job is going to be posted next week. So it's important that we take care of ourselves, not only physically but mentally also.
I've been seeing the NFL been doing this a lot lately. And I think the NBA too, but I know the NFL been doing it. But they kind of been like publicizing players talking about mental health and how important it is. And I don't know if you saw the situation where the player up in Minnesota, shot and then wouldn't come out of the house, whatever. And I saw where he was in a mental health facility now, so I was happy to see that. But like Davin Cook had talked about it, and then I want to say Diggs had talked about it one time. So it's important, Coach. It's important that you gotta. Life is tough, man. Life is hard, and you gotta protect yourself, and you gotta make sure that you do what you got to do to be your best self at all time, man. So my weekly goal, man, it's my daily goal, but my weekly goal is just the same as always been, man. I just want to make sure that the folks that I know, that I rock with, know that I love them, know how I feel about them, that I care about them. They don't have to worry about it. They don't have to wonder about it, man, because with how things are, we see now it's new possible. Hopefully it's not. Lord's will it's not. But they got a possible new Omicron
variant.
So now we might be coming all the way back around. We thought it was over. So you just never know, man. You just never know from one day to the next, from 1 minute to the next. So my goal each week is just to make sure the folks that I rock with, that I love, know I love them, I care about them, and they don't have to, they don't have to worry or wonder or try to figure it out. So I'm trying to be deliberate, trying to be consistent, and just trying to be the best version of that. But that's definitely, Coach, you got to make it a priority. You got to make it a priority and take care of yourself, man. Because like you said, it's only one you, and they'll mourn you for a day, and they'll post the next day. So yeah, that's good that you're doing that. That's good that you're taking care of yourself. So all right, man. Well, we appreciate all y'all for rocking with us, man. Make sure y'all stay safe out there, man. Like Ms. Mossman said, it's real. according to how you feel about it. You know, we're not on here trying to be the CDC and preach to you, but just take care of yourself, man. Take care of yourself, take care of your family. Be safe as you can be. Everybody playing this week, man. Hopefully everybody stays healthy. Hopefully the kids go out and play well, play at a high level. We got a lot of good games this week, so hopefully everybody gets out to support the kids, to support the programs. But that's really what it's all about. That's the whole reason why we do this, because we about supporting the kids in the program. So appreciate y'all as always, man. And till next week, we'll do it again next week. Once again, shout out to all those young men that got recognized, and y'all keep pushing. Everybody keep pushing until next time. Y'all be safe. Have a great week. God bless you, man. The Polk Hoops, we out.